12.5 million battle chips of new Thronebreaker Crystals. Let's have a look at what the results are. Financials for MCOC have been revealed. Arena scores are massive and we have lots of results data. A new champ vote arena drops today. Yes, hello everybody, welcome to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. Hope you're doing well, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications on all. Thank you so much for supporting. It does really help out the channel just by doing those small little things, but appreciate you. And something to say is that we have got a new episode of the Contest Round podcast that's dropped, episode 61, where we talk about Act 7.2 rewards, arena changes, and so many other things as well. If you need something to listen to while you're grinding out the game, then do slap on the podcast, because we talk about stuff and our lives, like me going to the supermarket and trying to put in arena grinding around that stuff. It's fascinating. It's worth a listen. Also, I must give some love and appreciation to the people that currently support the channel here as YouTube members. Thank you so much to those that do that. Also on Patreon, thank you so much for giving that love on Patreon. You are most kind. Those out there. Also on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. Tonight I should be doing some side event, or maybe some Cavalier, and then going over and doing some Call of Duty Warzone. So make sure to come on by for that. It should be tons of fun. Right, with all that announcement out of the way, we've got to get serious. We've got to talk about the stuff that's kind of like hitting the community hard, slapping them in the faces, in the rears, and all that stuff. So first of all, to let you know is that today is the day that we're going to have the special arena for the champion vote. As a lot of you know, that 39% of the vote with 3,756 went to Ant-Man. Now do bear in mind, not everybody likes to go to the forum to do this kind of interaction, so everything can be subject to change. Guillotine was incredibly close with like 1,700, let's say, just over 1,700 of votes kind of out, but everything could change once it's in game. And as I said, from May 17th to 24th, dropping today, finishing on the 24th, you'll get an opportunity to get yourself 6 ballots. And each time you earn one, you'll be asked to cast your vote for the one of the 2 champions at the end of the month. The votes will be tallied and the winner will be announced in June. Exciting times. Are you ready? You better be. Next up, and we move on to dilithius. Now, link is in the description to his channel. Go and check out this. This is a 250 Thronebreaker Crystal opening, or a 12.5 mil opening. Man, it is crazy to think that we are at a point we're getting Thronebreaker Crystals. And you might be thinking, what does this yield back to the player? Well, imagine 16.5 mil gold, 20,250 units back. That's a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it's one of these things where you can run the test, and this is good because what it can do is make you kind of think, right, for 12.5 mil, if you were to go down the route of doing the arena crystals, the standard ones at 2k, or the uncollected arena crystals, would you indeed see something like this, especially from 170? And again, if we kind of go further here to 25,000 units, 10 of the full energy refills, and 25 mil total, like, would you indeed see the same thing if you were doing this in any kind of format? And that's the thing, that would be a very, very kind of like fine test. Do bear in mind, 12.5 mil, it's going to take a long time to save up. I think under the structure, I don't know if it would be more than a year, especially the saving. It depends if you're an intense grinder. But go and check out dilithius' channel. He's a member of Ford Loki, so go and give him some love and support. Link is in the description down below. But fascinating to see this. Okay, now we've got to talk about the situation of Kabam Financials. Kabam's Financials is something of a hot topic, and especially when things aren't performing great. Now, do take a lot of this with a pinch of salt, and it doesn't really kind of mean any kind of like thing bad about Marvel Contest of Champions, but definitely there's some stuff that's a bit of a bunch of warning flags. So Cam puts together the Netmarble Q1 2021 earnings report, which looks a little bit like this. Marvel Contest of Champions is in the blue there, and does show a bit of a dip going down. It is a normal trend that seems to follow with a lot of stuff, but it's still very interesting to note where everything is at. The orange marker, by the way, is Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight is definitely in a very kind of like odd situation as it is. MCOC, in any case, definitely showcases that over the years, especially with like how the earnings have been, and it is a common dip, but I think this is more of a stranger dip than most. More so when it comes to situations of, say, the global pandemic, which I think has a bit of an impact, especially considering that people's money is going to be a lot tighter, so they're going to be more considerate of when they spend. And that is one massive key factor to this. Not just, I mean, I do agree with Cam here that it's definitely a case that there's been some very bad champions that have been released, or champions that haven't been hitting hard with players' spending habits. You know, that's just how it goes. But I think that's really the factor here. You could say that there's people that would go, right, well, the way that Kabam have dealt with certain situations have basically meant that some players have decided to take their money elsewhere and not spend on the game. At the end of the day, this could be just a slight blip and then improvements could come in. But at the same time, we have to be real. There are some really substantial games coming out that players may be more interested in spending their money in. Marvel Contest of Champions, as well as any mobile game, needs spenders and they need free to play. They need free to play to give numbers, to give volume, to give strength, and as well boast, to kind of put on things like the App Store. This game has been downloaded by 50 million people, but at the same time, yeah, there's not going to be like 50 million people like logging in and playing on a daily basis. I mean, we remember the glory days of PUBG Mobile, where hundreds of millions of people were logging on a daily basis in order to play the game. Or maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but I think it was the case. Things are very different now, but at the same time, that's the thing with mobile games. They need to have like a bit of both. However, though, with Marvel Contest of Champions, they've done successful things, but at the same time, they've let players down in certain areas. And it's only with just making sure they don't go too overboard, especially with the arena stuff, that they dial it back and actually do what players want to see for this game. So it's always on a knife edge whether or not it's going to be financially performing, and as well volume of players are going to play the game. Do bear in mind, Marvel Future Revolution is coming out either next month or the month after, so yeah, risky time. Also, I'm now moving on to the subject of Arena, which is very important. We're going to do some results in a moment, which takes together like a load of information which I've got together from my Arena results section, as well as some stuff on Twitter and emails. So, responses from last week on Friday, that was still the point that we were still bubbling with the situation of the Arena. I believe Kabam will be making some sort of response to it all very, very soon, whether or not that be today, tomorrow, or whenever. But you know, I'm sure that will come in this week. But just a few responses here. Kabam Miike to last week's stuff. The 3 arena system is unlikely to change. I personally like the 3 arena situation. I think that it's nice, it's tidy, but at the same time things need to change within the milestones. But not totally out of the question to re-add certain ones back. But there's plenty of wiggle room within the system. Reversion would mean moving away from a 5-6 star basic and a 6-star featured, and I don't think people want that, but do want changes to the current system. I agree. Also, with what I'm seeing with the results as well, the way that the 101 and how they're feeling around not getting a 6-star is a massive pain point, and will be for players as well when it comes to like the reward system. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. Another response that he said was, and that's what, in talking about the new arenas are bad for me, Thronebreaker player, 2.5 mil account, 96 stars, 165 5 stars, it requires double the time and effort, and that's what we want to address. We don't want it to take more time than it did before. We're saying that we need a little wiggle room because it's pretty hard for us to come up with a solution that will be perfect for everyone, but are going to do our best to get close as we can. So there we go. The thing is with that, yes, Kabam, let's just say, made a mistake with the way that, say, the milestone structure and the reward system was probably put together. So that definitely needs to change based on that. And then Kabambu following up with response to the arena situation, as seen above. We want to continue to note your feedback. We'll evaluate and discuss them accordingly. For now, we appreciate your patience and cooperation. Thanks again. So where we're kind of like up to a situation around arena is, yes, mistakes. Lots of different problems. They've taken the feedback and expect something of a response this week from Kabam on the matter. Because it's, you know, we're just a little bit scufferooning, you know what I mean? And now we move on to the final story, which is arena predictions and results. So for this, unfortunately, I didn't manage to grind out as much as I wanted to, because, hey, life happens and Marvel Contest of Champions doesn't rule my life. I have other things to do with it. But I did manage to do at least 4.4 mil grind. And still didn't get back what I normally would get from doing the old system. But again, that's not the point. The point of this is everyone's individual ability to get the arena done, how it was before and how it is now, depending on their time investment, depending on their grind. And that is the biggest thing that players are looking to see from Kabam. So again, Kabam should be answering against that very, very soon. But what happened with the results? Well, what I've done is I've put together the information results. Predictions are down here and also down below as they normally are. But let's have a look at some info. So all of this info comes from various different sources. So firstly, it comes from my arena results tab in my Discord. So just to kind of explain, if you are on my Discord, over the left hand side, you see all these various different rooms here. This is in my Discord. And then you go down to arena results, which is here. You click on it and it will come up with everybody dropping in arena results. To the people in Discord, shout out to yourself for info, people that send emails, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff, right? Very important stuff, very important information. Let's go over what is in there. So this is actual results. So the Shang-Chi Arena, 130 mil for position 100, which got you the 6-star, and it drops down. 99 mil is then the 5-star, and it's like it's such a kind of like a big leap and a big jump. And the people that finished 101 must feel absolutely annoyed by this. So I do kind of like I feel for you, I really do, because the situation around that whole kind of like featured and the rank is kind of annoying. The other things of how this breaks down is that if you get 99, 77 mil, 56 mil in for Shang-Chi is a 5-star, you got 5-star there. 50 mil and below is where things kind of like start going into very different territory. I don't have any info between 46 and 25 mil, but still gives you an idea of where to kind of like chart your grind if you are looking to pick up something back from this. The Summoner Trial, however, if you're looking to get a 4-star Nexus, and there are some people out there that would grind for it, 3.5 mil got position 256, and a 2.1 mil, so I think that's the standard milestone, got you 1 to 10%. That's important to note. And as well, Falcon, if you can see right here, 77 mil, position 81, so I got the 6-star, and then it's just trying to find the kind of the little amount there that kind of like is going to be the difference between there. I think it's going to be very, very fine, and I don't want to predict anything that's going to risk players not getting Falcon. So it's unfortunately going to be around about 75 mil in order to get yourself the 6-star, because we're playing with 19 positions, so you got to be so careful with that, especially if people are going for it. I don't want to predict something that's just terrible, which can be a thing. 42 mil for 324 position, 5-star, good. Okay, as we go down, it kind of puts us close to like that kind of like a position 495 and 33 mil, 5-star, and 30 mil for there. I will just, whilst I'm recording this, in the kind of thing down below, I would have changed this, but I think if I just change that to 33 mil, that's probably fair. 30 mil for 1 to 5%, 19 mil, 6 to 10%, 16.6 mil, 6 to 10% still, 10.6, 11 to 30 mil, 11 to 30% with 1k 5-star shards, 250 6-star shards. So if you're able to get any of that stuff, and there's the predictions right there, then good luck to you in round 2 with this, and I'm hoping Kabam makes some decisions to look into the situation, because some people just went mental with their grind, and it's not healthy for the game. But yeah, there we go. That's been Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Check out some other content there. If Kabam dropped a response to the arena feedback situation later on, I will do a video. I'm not quite sure about a second video for today, as I may be working on some other games and other content, but if there is another MCOC video, there is. And see you all later on. Support and all that stuff. See you later. Bye-bye.